Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my students? I hope that you're happy and healthy, and I hope that you are ready for today's lesson, which is the final lesson in the second unit. But before we begin our lesson, let's revise what we previously took in the form meaning function. If you remember, we took the simple past tense for the verb to be. How were the burglars caught? There were security cameras everywhere. Was the pickpocket sorry for his crime? Yes, he was. So now we know that where is with the plural, is with the singular. And we use the simple past of the verb to be to talk about a past situation rather than an action or an event. So we use was or were, the past of the verb to be, to express or talk about a past situation, not an action. Then we took the simple past tense, the regular and the irregular verbs. If you remember, the regular and irregular verbs, we said that the regular verbs, the verbs that we add ed and sometimes just d, and the irregular verbs, it remains the same, or we change the whole word. Just as you can see this in here in this picture, we have two kinds of past tense, the regular and the irregular. The regular, we add ed to the verb, then the irregular, either to stay the same, to remain the same, like put, or cut, or we change the whole word, just like go, went, and speak, spoke, and etc. Then we took the past with used to and would. If you remember, used to here, used to and be, to talk about past states. You say, I used to be afraid of the dark. This is a past state. And we use used to plus the verb, or would plus the verb, to talk about past habits. So we use used to or would, then we put the verb when we talk about past habits. For example, you say, I used to play football every weekend, which means that now I don't. We can substitute used to for would when you talk about past habits, but not when you talk about past states. So you can put would instead of used to when you talk about past habits, not past states. When you talk about actions, things that you did in the past. Then we took the time expressions for the past, like yesterday, last night, 2006 ago. Things you say that expresses that you did this action in the past. Hence the term time expressions, to express that you did this in the past. I studied yesterday, I studied last weekend, etc. So let's begin here with the first exercise in workbook, page 101. Complete the story. Use the past tense of the verbs in the parentheses. So we have a story here, and you can see in the gaps here, after each gap, we have a verb. We have to put the verb in the past tense. We have to change the verb in the past tense. And of course, pay attention to the regular or irregular verbs. So let's read together. Robert and Ted be school friends when. So the first one, be, yes, were, not was, were, because it's plural. Ted and Robert. It's not a singular, it's plural. Robert and Ted were school friends when they be children. Yes, it's the same, when they were children. They play sports and study together. They, and then the verb play. Very good. They played sports and what about study? Yes, excellent, studied together. And you can notice here the verb study, it ends with a Y. We removed the Y and exchanged it with an I. Then we added the ED. So when a verb ends with a Y, we remove the Y and put I, and we put IED, just like this example here, study, studied. So let's continue. After high school, they not go to the same college. So this is a negative here, not go. How do we put this in the past tense? Very good. They didn't go to the same college. Ted go to Harvard in 2016. This is a past time expression. 2016, it's in the past. So, yes, Ted went to Harvard in 2016. Then he get hired by a detective agency in Geneva. So, then he and the verb get. What's the past tense? Yes, got. So is this a regular or irregular verb? Yes, that's correct. So get, got, this is an irregular verb because there is no ed here. So then he got hired by a detective agency in Geneva and emigrate, and emigrate, and emigrated. At first, he not like his job. So not like. Yes, very good. Didn't like his job because it involved a lot of routine work. The verb involve. Yes, involved. And notice we just added the D. We just added D because involve ends with an E. If a verb ends with an E, we just add the letter D. There's no need to add another E. So again, involved a lot of routine work. He also missed his family a lot. Yes, he missed his family a lot. But after several years, he not want. Yes, didn't want to move back home. Robert stay at home for college. Very good. Robert stayed at home after college. So here the verb stayed. Stayed. We just added ed. We didn't remove the y because, yes, that's correct, because what comes before the y is a vowel. If there's a vowel before the y, we don't remove the y, we just add ed. Unlike study here, before the y there's a consonant, that's why we removed the y. So let's continue here. He not find a job easily. Very good. He didn't find a job easily, so he decided to become a jewel thief. Yes, so he decided to become a jewel thief. At first, he be quite successful. Yes, he was, because we're talking about one person. He was quite successful. He robbed small town stores. Yes, he robbed small town stores and the police never catch him. The verb catch, what's the past tense of the verb catch? Yes, that's correct. Caught. Small town and the police never caught him. Last year, he started to think big. Yes, he started to think big. He want to travel and see the world. Very good. He wanted to travel and see the world. Then 6 months ago, he traveled to Switzerland to take part in a bank robbery. So he, very good, traveled to Switzerland to take part in a bank robbery. A week later, Ted and the verb see. Yes, Ted saw Robert running out of the bank. He recognized him. Very good. He recognized him, so he not arrest him. So he not arrest him. He didn't arrest him. They meet up again last month. The verb meet. Yes, they met up again last month and very good, opened their own detective agency together. So this is the whole story. Very good. So answer the questions about the story in exercise L, which we just read. Answer the questions here. What did Robert and Ted used to do when they were young? Used to do when they were young. What did they used to do when they were young? Very good. They used to play sports and study together. They used to play sports and study together. Did Ted enjoy his job at first? Why or why not? Did he enjoy his job at first? Why or why not? So let's see the answer here. No, he didn't, because it involved a lot of routine work. He got bored because there are a lot of routine work. So the third question here, why did Robert become a thief? Why did Robert decide to become a thief? Okay, let's check the answer together here. He became a thief because he couldn't find a job easily. He was searching for a job. Since he didn't find any, he decided to become a thief. Did Ted want to arrest Robert? Why or why not? When he saw Robert running out of the bank, did Ted want to arrest Robert? Yes or no? Why or why not? Okay, let's check the answer together. No, he didn't, because they were school friends. Because they were school friends, he didn't arrest him. So here's another exercise for you. Match the questions and complete the answers. Use the past progressive. First, we have to match the question with the correct answer. Then we will write the correct form of the verb with the past progressive. For example, the first one here, have you always worked here? This is the question. Have you always worked here? So before we answer before we change the form of the verb, let's check which answer here might fit the first question. Is it A, I teach English? B, they offer a really good salary? C, no, I live with a local family? D, nothing serious except that it always and rain? E, no, a few years ago I work in China. So have you always worked here? Where is the answer that's talking about work? Yes, very good. It's E. No, a few years ago I work in China. So let's change the verb work into a past progressive. Very good. I was working in China. So again, have you always worked here? No. A few years ago, I was working in China. So now you know how do we answer this exercise. So let's go to number 2. What were you doing in China? What were you doing in China? So which letter fits this question? Yes, very good. It's A. What were you doing in China? I teach English. Let's change the verb teach. Yes, I was teaching English. I was teaching English. 3. Were you staying at a hotel? Were you staying at a hotel? He's asking about his accommodation. Were you staying at a hotel? Yes, very good. It's C. No, I live with a local family. So, very good. I was living with a local family. 4. Why did you move there? Why did you move there? Very good. It's B. They offer a really good salary. So they offered him lots and lots of money, salary. So the verb offer here. Very good. They were offering, were because the plural they were offering a really good salary. And the last one, did you have any problems? Yes, that's obvious. D, nothing serious, just a little problems, nothing serious, except that, very good, except that it was always raining. Except that it was always raining. So let's jump to today's lesson, the project. Here's the objective for today. Make a PowerPoint presentation about famous crimes, frauds, or blunders. Crimes, frauds, or blunders. So you will learn how to make a PowerPoint presentation. So choose and research one of the following topics. We have 3 topics. You can choose one of them and try to do research about it. The first one, famous crimes. The second one, famous frauds. The third one, famous blunders. Famous crimes, famous frauds, and famous blunders. Number 2, work in pairs or groups. Collect information from different sources and make notes in your organizer. So you have to pair up or groups and exchange ideas. If you remember, brainstorming to get ideas about the topic that you chose. Collect information from each other or from any different sources. You have the internet, of course. Collect information from different sources and make notes while you take information, while you search the information. Remember to take notes in your organizer. Number 3, use your notes to prepare a PowerPoint presentation or poster. Select photos or pictures or draw your own. You can choose the picture that can support your research or your presentation. You can photo or a picture or a design, or you can draw your own picture. Plan what you're going to present and in what order. You have to remember and be careful with how the order that you are going to present it. In what order you're going to give your presentation. The third point here, prepare your texts, bullet points, slogans, descriptions, and or accounts. So you have to be prepared. Prepare your text. Share the work. Once you're done, share your work. Collate your material and prepare. Collate your material and prepare. Rehearse and then present in class. Once you are done, rehearse, practice the presentation, then go to your class and present it. So this is the chart that will help you. You have the 3 topics: crime, fraud, and blunder. What was it about? You can first you choose, of course. What was it about? Who was involved? Who was involved in this crime, in this fraud? Where did it take place? Where did it take place? The crime or the fraud or the blunder. The location of the crime. Where did it take place? When did it happen? When did it happen? Why did it happen? The culprit or the thief who committed this crime, why did he do it? Why did he do it? How was it resolved? How was it resolved? The ending. Did the police catch him? Did he run away? So you have to tell your friends or your classmates how was it resolved. So this chart will help you in your research to organize your thoughts. And remember, when you prepare a PowerPoint presentation, remember to focus on your audience. Focus on your audience, what the audience knows or expect, ways to keep them interested and engaged, ways to entertain them, for example, a joke or a comment. And remember, if you put the first sentence, always remember to make it get the attention of your audience. Focus on your content. Decide what you are going to talk about. Select and use keywords or information. Illustrate with visuals or examples. Use visuals, pictures, videos, etc. Or examples. Be prepared to say more than what is on your slides. Don't just stick to the slides. You can talk outside the slides. Focus on your slides. Don't include too many points on each slide. Don't make it boring with too many points. Don't use small font. Always use not very big font, but a font that they can read while sitting in their chairs. Limit your points to about 4 or 5 maximum. Use bullet points, charts or graphs. Use visuals, as I said before. Reveal the information gradually, not all the information you reveal them at once, gradually, step by step. Include notes in the margin if you need a reminder of what you want to say. Do a trial run or practice using your material and software. Don't let the first time that you try to give the presentation is in class. No, try to rehearse it before. So let's jump to the self-reflection. This is where you give your feedback about this unit. Things that I liked about Unit 2. Maybe you liked the theme about crime, criminals, police, law, justice. Things that I didn't like very much about this unit. Things that I found easy in the unit. Maybe you found the vocabulary easy. Things that I found difficult in this unit. If you found the grammar difficult or the conversation difficult, so you can write them here. Here's a checklist. I can do this very well. This is the first column. I can do this quite well. I need to study more and practice more. So these are some topics in this unit. Did you find it easy? Did you find it so and so, quite well? Or was it hard on you? So the first one here, for example, discuss crime and punishment. Was it easy for you to discuss crime and punishment? Read and discuss newspaper articles. Explain steps in a process. Use the passive. Using the passive. Was it easy for you? Was it hard for you using the passive? Use the past perfect and past perfect progressive. Use simple past tense with be. Use regular and irregular verbs. Remembering the irregular verbs, is it hard for you? Use used to and would, and use the passive. Use the past simple versus the past progressive. So this chart will help you on help you to find the weakness that you had in this unit, and you can put your five favorite. Maybe not stick to 5, maybe more. Favorite words in this unit. And remember, if you're still not sure about something in this unit, read through the unit again, listen to the audio material again, study the grammar and functions from the unit again, and always, whenever you are in trouble in this unit, remember to always go back and ask your teacher. And with that, we finish this unit. Thank you for listening. See you next lesson, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.